19-year-old Robert Kenneth Preston was an audacious young man from Panama City, Florida, who had always dreamed of being a military pilot. The story follows how Robert came to land on a famous patch of grass, which some of you may recognize. But the journey with how he got there is something worth sticking around for. Let's take a look. In 1972, Robert enlisted in the Army, securing the first half of his dream of becoming a military pilot. With the second step in mind, he began training to fly Hughes TH-55 Osage helicopters in Fort Walters, Texas. But a problem put Robert's dream on hold. The U.S. was withdrawing from Vietnam, and they had a surplus of helicopter pilots. As a result, selection became much stricter, and Robert did not qualify through the instrumental phase of the process. His dream had ended before it ever began. However, he was bound by a 4-year commitment to the Army, so was provided with the role of a helicopter mechanic instead. Being stationed as a private first class in Fort Meade, Maryland, Robert was working closely on 30 Bell UH-1 Huey helicopters that were at the base. He was convinced that he had the skills to fly, but he continued as maintaining and fixing the helicopters rather than flying them. On the night of February 17, 1974, Robert was out dancing after dinner. But the thought of those helicopters and his failure to qualify never left his mind. The rejection didn't sit well with him, and frustration had pushed him far enough. While driving home, Robert turned his car into Tipton Field where the helicopters were kept. He parked up in the helicopter bay and began scanning the machines that he knew all too well.